Admiral James Walker stood at the massive window of Luna Base Command, his weathered face reflecting off the reinforced glass as he stared at the blue marble of Earth hanging in the darkness of space. The message that had arrived 3 hours ago still played in his mind, each word burning like acid. The holographic display behind him flickered to life again, showing the alien transmission that had thrown Earth's leadership into chaos. The creature on screen looked almost reptilian, with gray scales and 4 yellow eyes. Its voice, translated by Earth's most advanced AI systems, carried unmistakable arrogance. To the primitive species of Sol 3, designated as humans by our records, this is High Commander of the Dominion speaking. Your existence has been noted as a potential threat to galactic stability. You have 30 standard rotations to surrender your world and accept your place as servants of the Dominion. Failure to comply will result in your extinction. We are generous. We are powerful. We are inevitable. Walker's fists clenched as the message ended. In his 30 years of military service, he had never faced a threat of this magnitude. But something about the message didn't sit right with him. The timing was too convenient, too perfect. General Thompson, Walker called out to his second-in-command, "Pull up everything we know about the Dominion ship movements from our deep space monitors." The room's main screen filled with data collected over the past 3 years. Ever since humanity had detected the first signs of alien civilization, they had been secretly watching, learning, and preparing. The patterns were there, hidden in the data. "Look at this," Walker pointed to a cluster of movements near the Kuiper Belt. "They'd been probing our defenses for months. They're not here to negotiate. They were always planning to attack." The emergency meeting of Earth's Defense Council began an hour later. Military leaders from every major nation gathered in the secure chamber deep within Luna Base. The tension in the room was thick enough to cut with a knife. "We've confirmed they've done this before," announced Intelligence Director Mary Roberts, her voice steady despite the gravity of her words. 12 other species, all exterminated or enslaved. The Dominion's pattern is consistent. They offer surrender, then attack regardless of the response. Walker stepped forward, his boots echoing in the suddenly silent room. "Then we give them a response they've never seen before." He pressed a button, and a new hologram appeared, showing Earth's hidden military assets. Project Iron Shield, thousands of automated defense platforms disguised as asteroids, scattered throughout the solar system. The Mars shipyards, vast underground facilities producing warships with technology reverse-engineered from crashed alien scouts. The Jupiter Defense Fleet, hundreds of stealth vessels hidden in the gas giant's storms. "For 50 years, we prepared for this moment," Walker continued. "Every alien signal we intercepted, every piece of technology we found, every hint of their existence, we used it all. They think we're primitive. They expect us to panic, to fight among ourselves, to break under their pressure." The room erupted in discussion, but Walker raised his hand for silence. "The Dominion doesn't understand humanity. They see our broadcasts, our public technology, our visible military. They don't see what we've hidden. They don't know that we've been watching them. And most importantly, they don't know that we're ready." General Thompson stepped forward with a tablet displaying the latest intelligence. "Their fleet is gathering at the edge of our system. Preliminary numbers suggest 300 capital ships." Walker smiled, but there was no warmth in it. "Perfect. They're already within range of our outer defenses. Now we show them why you don't threaten Earth." The Defense Council voted unanimously. Earth would not surrender. Instead, they would activate all hidden defenses, deploy the stealth fleet, and prepare for a war the Dominion never saw coming. As the meeting ended, Walker looked once more at Earth through the command center's window. Somewhere up there, an alien empire was preparing to teach humanity a lesson about power. They were about to learn one instead. The next 30 days would change the galaxy forever. And humanity was ready to show the stars why you should never demand war from a species that had spent its entire history preparing for one. Deep beneath the red sands of Mars, Dr. Anna Miller walked through rows of massive war machines. The underground factory stretched for miles, filled with the sounds of automated assembly lines and the glow of plasma welders. Each passing hour brought more weapons online, more ships ready for battle. Status report. She called out to her team as she entered the main control room. The wall-sized screens showed production numbers climbing steadily upward. 20 years of hiding these facilities was about to pay off. Production is at 300% capacity, Doctor reported her assistant. The new plasma cannons are rolling out faster than expected. The alien metal we salvaged from their scout ship 5 years ago made all the difference. Anna nodded, remembering the night that captured that scout ship. The aliens had thought they were being clever, sending small ships to study Earth. Instead, they'd given humanity exactly what it needed: their technology. Above ground, the Martian surface remained empty and lifeless. But below, humanity's greatest weapons were taking shape. The aliens would expect primitive rockets and basic energy weapons. They would find something very different. At the Luna base, Admiral Walker received the latest updates from all secret facilities across the solar system. Project Iron Shield was fully operational. Thousands of weapon platforms disguised as asteroids, waiting silently in space. The Jupiter fleet had completed its final drills, hidden vessels practicing complex maneuvers in the gas giant's storms. "Sir," General Thompson appeared on his screen. "Dr. Miller reports the new weapons are ready for deployment. And there's something else you need to see." The screen split to show a live feed from the Quantum Research Lab. A small drone hovered in a testing chamber, then completely vanished from all sensors. "Perfect cloaking technology," Thompson explained. "Based on their own systems, but better. They won't see us coming." Walker allowed himself a small smile. "How many ships can we equip with this?" "All of them, sir." Dr. Miller found a way to mass-produce the systems. Every ship in the Jupiter fleet will be invisible until they open fire. In the following days, Earth's hidden strength emerged from 2 decades of shadows. Spacecraft rose from underwater bases in Earth's oceans. Weapon platforms activated in the asteroid belt. Defense satellites quietly shifted into attack positions. The Dominion's observers saw nothing. Their scans showed the same primitive civilization they'd always seen, a species barely able to reach its own moon, still using basic chemical rockets for space travel. The deception was perfect. On the 20th day of preparation, Walker called a final meeting of Earth's military command. The holographic displays showed their complete battle plan. "The Dominion expects us to defend Earth directly," he explained, pointing to the tactical display. "They'll bring their fleet in close, thinking our weapons can't reach beyond the moon. That's when we strike." The plan was bold. While the aliens focused on Earth, humanity's real forces would attack from all sides. Hidden ships would emerge from Jupiter's clouds. Cloaked weapons platforms would open fire from the asteroid belt. Stealth bombers would strike from the dark side of Mars. "They think they're hunting us," Walker continued. "But we've turned the entire solar system into our weapon. Every rock, every shadow, every seemingly empty piece of space could hide our forces." Dr. Miller stood up next, presenting the final piece of their strategy. "We've analyzed their shield technology. They use a standard energy pattern, effective against their own weapons, but vulnerable to our new quantum cannons. One good hit will break through." As the meeting ended, the room filled with a sense of grim determination. Humanity had spent 50 years preparing for this moment. Since the first alien signal was detected, Earth had been getting ready for war. The Dominion had given them 30 days before they would attack. Humanity would only need 25. In 5 days, when the alien fleet moved into position for their show of force, they would find out just how badly they had underestimated Earth. Walker looked at the tactical display one last time. Thousands of hidden ships and weapons waited in perfect position. The greatest trap in human military history was set. Now they just needed the Dominion to spring it. The Dominion fleet appeared exactly where humanity expected, just beyond Mars' orbit. 300 massive warships emerged from faster-than-light travel, their gray hulls gleaming in the distant sunlight. Their formation was perfect, arranged in the same battle pattern they'd used to crush 12 other civilizations. Commander Robert Stone watched them from the bridge of his stealth carrier, hidden in Jupiter's storms. His ship, along with 100 others, had been waiting silently for this moment. "All ships report ready, Commander," his tactical officer whispered, though in space no one could hear them anyway. Old habits died hard. Stone nodded, his eyes fixed on the tactical display. The Dominion ships were moving forward, confident and completely unaware. "Send the signal to Admiral Walker. Operation First Strike is ready." The aliens struck first, just as expected. Their lead ships launched bright energy beams at Earth's visible defenses, a few outdated satellites and space stations. The Dominion commander's voice boomed across all frequencies. "Witness our power, humans. This is but a taste of what awaits your world. Surrender now, and we may show mercy." Stone allowed himself a small grin. "Show them our response." Across the solar system, humanity's trap was sprung. 1,000 asteroids suddenly stopped being asteroids. Project Iron Shield came to life, weapon platforms revealing themselves in a wave of transformation. Before the Dominion fleet could react, they were caught in a crossfire. "All ships, execute attack pattern Delta," Stone commanded. His fleet burst from Jupiter's clouds, cloaking devices dropping just as they opened fire. The new quantum cannons proved their worth immediately. The first volley tore through Dominion shields like they weren't even there. The alien fleet tried to respond, but they were fighting an enemy they couldn't fully see. Human ships would appear, fire devastating shots, then vanish again into the darkness of space. The Dominion's perfect formation began to break. "Sir," his tactical officer called out, "the aliens are trying to retreat to faster-than-light speed." "Not today," Stone replied. "Activate the gravity anchors." Hidden devices planted throughout the battle zone weeks ago powered up. The Dominion ships found themselves trapped, unable to escape. Their mighty engines strained against invisible forces holding them in place. Admiral Walker's voice came through the command channel. "Phase 2, Commander Stone. Show them what happens when you threaten Earth." The Mars Defense Fleet revealed itself next, 100 ships rising from hidden bases on the red planet's surface. Dr. Miller's newest weapons blazed to life, electromagnetic pulses designed specifically to disrupt Dominion technology. The alien commander's voice had lost its arrogance when it next broadcast. "Impossible. You are primitives. How do you have this technology?" Stone opened a channel to respond. "You should have done better research. Humanity has been preparing for war since we first learned we weren't alone. You just helped us decide when to reveal ourselves." The battle turned into a slaughter. Dominion ships, designed to fight enemies using their own level of technology, had no defense against humanity's different approach. Their shields couldn't stop quantum weapons. Their sensors couldn't track cloaked ships. Their engines couldn't break free from the gravity anchors. In just 2 hours, the mighty invasion fleet was reduced to drifting wreckage. Out of 300 Dominion warships, only 10 remained intact, disabled, and drifting in space. "Secure the surviving ships," Stone ordered. "Download their databases. We need to know everything about their empire." As cleanup operations began, Stone received a private message from Admiral Walker. "Excellent work, Commander, but this was just the first battle. The Dominion will send more ships once they realize what happened." Stone looked at the tactical display, now showing the captured alien vessels. "Let them come, sir. Now they know what we can do, and they'll be afraid." In all their years of conquest, they've never faced an enemy who was truly ready for them. The first battle for Earth's solar system was over. Humanity had won decisively. But everyone knew this was just the beginning. The real war was about to start. Captain Lisa Foster moved silently through the captured Dominion warship, her stealth suit making her nearly invisible. Around her, Earth's best computer specialists worked on the alien terminals, breaking through security systems and downloading everything they could find. "Captain," a voice whispered in her earpiece, "you need to see this." In the ship's main data center, tech specialist Mike Turner had discovered something crucial. The holographic display showed detailed maps of the Dominion Empire, and it was far larger than anyone had expected. 50 systems, Turner explained, pointing to the glowing dots. All conquered, all enslaved. But look at this. He highlighted a pattern in the data. They're stretched thin, trying to control too much territory with too few ships. Lisa's eyes narrowed as she studied the information. Send everything to command. And keep looking. We need their weaknesses. Back on Luna Base, Earth's most advanced AI systems were processing the captured Dominion data. Admiral Walker watched as patterns emerged, secrets revealed themselves, and the alien empire's structure became clear. Their entire communication network relies on quantum channels, reported Dr. Miller, who had joined the analysis team. Complex, but not unbreakable. Give me 3 days. It took her 2. Earth's AIs, combined with human intuition, cracked the Dominion's secure channels. Suddenly, humanity could hear everything. Their orders, their fears, their plans for revenge. They're gathering a massive fleet, General Thompson announced during the emergency briefing. 5 times larger than the first one. But that's not the interesting part. He played an intercepted transmission. The aliens were arguing among themselves. The loss of their first fleet had shaken their confidence. Some wanted to abandon the attack on Earth. Others demanded immediate revenge. Their perfect unity was cracking. Captain Foster's team made another discovery aboard the captured ship. Their biology is their weakness, she reported. They need specific atmospheric conditions to function. Their combat suits are the only thing letting them operate in different environments. Dr. Miller's team immediately began working on a new weapon. If they could disrupt those suits, they could win battles without destroying ships, save resources, free slaves. The intelligence war moved faster than anyone expected. Earth's hackers, now understanding alien computer systems, began inserting false data into Dominion networks. Ships were sent to wrong locations. Supply lines were disrupted. Confusion spread through their empire. They're used to fighting enemies they've already beaten, Walker observed, watching the chaos spread. They don't know how to handle an opponent who can fight back. But the Dominion wasn't helpless. They began changing codes, improving security, adapting their strategies. It became a daily battle of wits, humans versus aliens, each trying to outsmart the other. Captain Foster led another covert mission, this time to a Dominion command center on a captured world. Her team moved like ghosts through the alien facility, planting devices that would let Earth listen to the enemy's highest-level discussions. They're scared, she reported after hearing the alien commanders talk. Not just of our weapons. They're scared because they don't understand how we got so advanced without them noticing. They think we must have had help. The truth was simpler. Humanity had simply done what it had always done. Prepare for the worst while hoping for the best. 50 years of watching the stars, building defenses, and advancing technology in secret had created a force the Dominion never imagined possible. Admiral Walker received the final intelligence report with grim satisfaction. Earth now had everything it needed. Maps of the enemy empire, details of their technology, and most importantly, proof that they could be beaten. Send word to all commands, he ordered. Operation Thunderstrike begins in 10 days. We're taking the war to them. As the orders went out, Captain Foster prepared her team for their most dangerous mission yet. They would infiltrate the Dominion's homeworld itself, paving the way for humanity's biggest attack. The intelligence war had given Earth its chance. Now it was time to use everything they had learned to end the Dominion's reign of terror forever. Operation Thunderstrike began with silence. 3,000 human ships dropped out of stealth mode simultaneously across 50 star systems. In orbit around every Dominion-controlled world, Earth's fleet appeared like ghosts becoming real. Admiral Walker stood on the bridge of his flagship, the Earth's Vengeance, as it emerged from cloak near the Dominion homeworld. Their central defense fleet was exactly where intelligence said it would be, and completely unprepared. All ships, execute attack pattern Omega, Walker commanded. Show them humanity's full strength. The battle erupted across space. Earth's quantum weapons tore through Dominion shields while their own energy beams hit nothing but empty space as human ships phased in and out of reality using Dr. Miller's latest technology. "Sir," his tactical officer reported, "Captain Foster's team has succeeded. Enemy defense systems are shutting down." On the Dominion homeworld surface, Foster and her infiltration team had done their job. Months of intelligence gathering had given them the knowledge they needed to disable the planet's automated defenses from within. The alien capital city's skies filled with human dropships. Ground forces deployed using the new combat suits Dr. Miller had designed, armor that could match and exceed Dominion technology. "Their leaders are trying to escape," Foster reported from her position inside the alien command center. "Sending their coordinates now." Walker nodded grimly. "Not this time. Deploy the gravity anchors." Across the Dominion Empire, the same scene played out. Earth's forces struck with perfect coordination, using everything they had learned during the intelligence war. Every weakness was exploited. Every advantage was pressed. The Dominion's rigid command structure worked against them. Their officers, used to following strict protocols, couldn't adapt fast enough to humanity's fluid tactics. When their communications were jammed, entire fleets sat helpless, waiting for orders that would never come. "Admiral," General Thompson's voice came through on a secure channel. "Reports coming in from all theaters. 37 systems secured. Minimal casualties on our side. The slave species are rising up to help us." That was the key to humanity's plan. They weren't just fighting the Dominion. They were breaking their entire system of control. Every slave world they freed joined the fight, adding their own knowledge and determination to Earth's cause. On the Dominion homeworld, Captain Foster's team reached the central government bunker. They found the alien leaders not preparing for battle, but fighting among themselves. "You said humans were primitive," one high-ranking Dominion official screamed at another. "You said they would be easy to crush." "Surrender," Foster announced as her team secured the room. "Your empire is falling." Above the planet, Admiral Walker watched as the last Dominion defense ships were disabled or destroyed. Dr. Miller's biological weapon, a gas that disrupted their environmental suits without killing them, had worked perfectly. Most ships surrendered without firing a shot once their crews couldn't breathe. "Status report from all commands," Walker ordered. The responses came in quickly. Earth forces had taken 45 of the 50 systems. The remaining 5 were already in chaos as slave species overthrew their weakened masters. The mighty Dominion Empire, built over centuries of conquest, had been broken in less than a day. "Send word to Earth," Walker commanded. "Operation Thunderstrike is a success. The Dominion's military forces are crushed." But as the reports of victory came in, Walker knew this wasn't the end. Winning the war was one thing. Building peace would be another. Earth would have to help rebuild 50 worlds, integrate dozens of alien species, and create something better from the ashes of the Dominion. "Admiral," Foster called from the surface, "the Dominion leadership is asking for terms." Walker looked at the tactical display showing Earth's forces across space. Humanity had emerged from hiding to become the strongest force in known space. Now they would have to prove they could be better rulers than those they had defeated. "Tell them Earth is ready to discuss their surrender," he replied. "But first, they have to free every world they enslaved." The war was ending. The real work was about to begin. The blue-skinned delegates from the Asteri system couldn't stop staring at their new human allies. Just 1 week ago, they had been slaves. Now they sat in a conference room aboard Earth's flagship, discussing the future as equals. Admiral Walker watched as Dr. Miller shared Earth's technology with the former slave species. "The quantum shield generators are yours," she explained. "We'll teach your people how to build and maintain them. Never again will you be defenseless." The Asteri delegate, a tall figure named First Speaker, bowed deeply. "For 300 years, we lived under Dominion control. In 3 days, you humans gave us back our freedom and our dignity." Similar scenes played out across 49 star systems. Earth's forces didn't just defeat the Dominion. They systematically broke every chain of control the Empire had built. Commander Stone led the Liberation Fleet to the mineral-rich worlds of the Karax, a species of silicon-based life forms who had been forced to mine their own planets for the Dominion. His ships arrived to find the Karax already fighting their oppressors. "Your timing is excellent, humans," the Karax leader transmitted as Stone's fleet engaged the last Dominion holdouts. "We monitored your battles. When we saw you could beat them, we knew it was time to rise." The Dominion's empire had been built on fear and superior technology. Now that both advantages were gone, it crumbled with surprising speed. Each freed species brought new knowledge, new perspectives, and new determination to ensure the Dominion never rose again. Captain Foster found herself working with the Nexus, beings of pure energy who had been trapped in containment fields and used as power sources. Her team's technical skills, combined with Dr. Miller's innovations, set them free. "We see clearly now," the Nexus consciousness communicated. "Humanity hid its strength not from fear, but from wisdom. You waited, learned, and struck only when you could free everyone. We would join with you, if you allow it." The greatest discovery came from sharing technology. Each species had developed different solutions to similar problems. The Asteri had mastered biological engineering. The Karax understood mining and manufacturing better than anyone. The Nexus knew secrets about energy that humans had never imagined. Dr. Miller worked tirelessly, coordinating the exchange of knowledge. "This is amazing," she told Admiral Walker during a rare break. "Everything we developed in secret, every advancement we made, it was good. But combined with what these species know, we're entering a whole new era of technology." But not everything went smoothly. Some Dominion loyalists fought to the end, forcing tough battles on distant worlds. Other freed species wanted revenge, and Earth's forces had to prevent bloodshed between former slaves and masters. "We didn't come here to replace one empire with another," Walker reminded his commanders during a strategic meeting. "Every species gets a voice. Every world gets a choice. We're building something new." The turning point came when the Asteri proposed the alliance of free worlds. Every species would remain independent, but they would share technology, resources, and defense responsibilities. Earth, as the liberators, were asked to lead. Walker stood before the first meeting of the Alliance Council. Representatives of 52 species gathered in what had once been the Dominion's Senate chamber. "We all know what it's like to face destruction," he began. "Earth was threatened, just as your worlds were enslaved. But today, we choose a different path. Not conquest, not revenge, but unity." The former slave species voted unanimously to join. Even some former Dominion worlds, now under new leadership, requested membership. The galaxy was transforming. Dr. Miller's technology exchange program became the foundation of the alliance. Captain Foster led the new Joint Defense Force, combining the best tactics and technology from all member species. Commander Stone established trading routes between allied worlds. The chains were broken. But more importantly, something better had taken their place. Humanity had not just won a war. They had helped birth a new age of cooperation and advancement. As Walker looked out at the assembled Alliance Council, he allowed himself to smile. The galaxy would never be the same. And that was exactly what Earth had fought for. 1 year after the Dominion's fall, the former Imperial Palace had been transformed into the Galactic Justice Center. Inside its grand hall, Admiral Walker watched as the trial of the Dominion's leadership reached its end. Representatives from all 52 species of the Alliance sat in judgment. Each had suffered under Dominion rule. Each had a story to tell. But now they would show the galaxy that justice, not revenge, would guide their future. The Dominion's High Commander stood in the center of the hall, no longer wearing the grand armor of conquest, but simple prisoner's clothes. "We were wrong about humans," he admitted finally. "We thought we were the most advanced species in the galaxy. We were blind to our own arrogance." The sentence was decisive. The Dominion leaders would help rebuild the worlds they had destroyed. Their knowledge and skills would serve those they once oppressed, not as punishment, but as a path to redemption. Commander Stone, now leading the Alliance Defense Fleet, presented the latest reports to the Council. The combined technology of 52 species had produced ships more advanced than anything the galaxy had ever seen. But more importantly, they were ships of exploration and peace, not conquest. "We've detected signals from beyond known space," Stone announced. "There are more civilizations out there. This time, we'll meet them as friends, not conquerors." Dr. Miller's technology exchange program had exceeded all expectations. The Asteri's biological knowledge combined with human quantum mechanics had cured diseases that had plagued multiple species. The Karax mining techniques, enhanced by Earth's AI systems, had solved resource shortages across dozens of worlds. "Every species brings something unique," Miller explained during the Science Council meeting. "Together, we're achieving what none of us could do alone." Captain Foster, commanding the new Alliance flagship Unity, led the first joint mission beyond known space. Her crew included members of every Alliance species, each contributing their special skills and perspectives. "This is what we fought for," she told her diverse crew as they prepared for their first jump. "Not just to end an empire, but to build something better." Back on Earth, the changes were profound. Alien technology had helped solve climate problems, energy crises, and food shortages. But humanity had kept its edge, maintaining strong defenses even in peacetime. They had learned that lesson well. Admiral Walker stood at his old spot in Luna Base, looking out at Earth. The view was different now. Ships of various Alliance species moved through space, trading, exploring, and working together. The quantum defense platforms remained, but they protected all Alliance worlds now, not just Earth. "The galaxy's changed more in 1 year than it did in the previous 1,000, General Thompson remarked, joining him at the window. Walker nodded. "Because we showed them a better way. The Dominion ruled through fear. We lead through cooperation." The Alliance Council had just approved the Galactic Charter, a set of laws protecting the rights of all sentient species. Earth had written much of it, drawing on centuries of human history, learning from both mistakes and successes. New worlds were joining the Alliance voluntarily, attracted by its principles of mutual defense, technological sharing, and respect for independence. The former Dominion worlds, now free to choose their own path, had mostly chosen to stay. "We're receiving a transmission from the exploration fleet," a communications officer announced. "Captain Foster's team has made contact with a new civilization. They're requesting Alliance membership." Walker smiled. Just 3 years ago, humanity had been hiding its strength, preparing for a war they knew would come. Now they led the largest peaceful coalition of species the galaxy had ever known. "Send word to the Council," he ordered. "Tell them Earth votes to welcome our new friends." The stars had once seemed full of threats. Now they held promise. Humanity had answered war with force, but they had answered victory with wisdom. That, more than any weapon or strategy, had changed the galaxy forever. As Walker looked out at the busy space lanes around Earth, he knew the future was secure, not because humanity was strong, though they were, but because they had helped build something stronger than any empire, a galaxy united in peace. The end wasn't just a victory, it was a new beginning.